Yo.
What? I'm asking. It does hurt. I swear it does. Hey, no. Stop it. Boy, no. Wait. Hey.
I'm Todd Grisham, and what a stunning venue. We are live at the CompuBox Academy. The 1-0.
This bout.
What a pleasure it is to be here. We waited a long time, and now we've got this fight. What heart, what desire, but at what cost?
It happened. Dude, yes. I beat the You got kicked out, man. Take two. Hmm? I'm ready. Girl.
Welcome to the CompuBox Academy. The Brown Bomber, Eddie Hall.
This bout.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
We see the crowd, the people, the fans. We just cannot wait for this fight to get on.
What a great venue. After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. Straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Straight right just misses. Nice counter punch right up the middle. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
I want to think of holding on here for a minute. Right hook just missed. Catch and shoot. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. This fighter told us yesterday, if he doesn't win by knockout, he doesn't consider it a real victory. That's the mentality he has.
Speed generates power. Timing is everything. If you've got speed, you can knock anybody out. You've just got to hit them in the right spot.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
A straight right just misses. The hook, but it doesn't score. Well done with that counter shot. Swing, pull her right there, and the world's strongest man is staggered. No, we don't see a knockdown.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Big Eddie Hall took a big shot. The beast, Eddie Hall, is down.
Damn.
And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's talk about Eddie Hall in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be. We just saw it.
I love the response, though.
And there's the bell for round 2. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
They've got a big reach advantage here. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Done that before. Use your reach, use your speed. Frustrate the opponent. Make them make a mistake.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. Swing and a miss with that jab. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. Well, we know what the game plan is going to be for this fighter. He's got to stick and move and avoid the big shots from the bigger man.
The plan is to try and change that game plan. Get him angry, get him frustrated, make him deviate away from the plan.
Nice counter. The jab doesn't quite connect. Throws the uppercut but misses. straight right just misses. You're not going to see as much footwork as the smaller weight classes in the heavyweight division, but we don't care. We want the heavy fists. Got out of the way of that right hook. Whoa, wait a minute! Look at the big fella get rocked! A much better game plan here.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Stamina is off the charts. Good counter punching. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one.
God,
Got the momentum, they got the advantage,
Oh,
and
how
they
you
carried
moving?
that into the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this...
On to the third. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. And Eddie Hall goes down. What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw it.
A shot from the
Why
guns.
is he the worst looking, huh?
1, 2, 3,
Damn.
4, 5, 6. Give me your blood.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Oh, for sure.
I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Damn. Nah, pick Ali, bro. In the next fight.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've...
Another gun. All damn, just what have I become? No chance, I'm still what they waiting for. No brain on stage, been here before. Hold on too much, gotta let it go. No pain on my feet, ain't involved. No call, no show, I ain't really gone. Too late to say I wish they're wrong. Going out the race,
Oh, jeez.
feel lost, but I know that we close. Speed down my lane on the road. Feel like I've been there before. But maybe switching my roles. Cold dude, no you. Now you ain't never that. So lose, I do. I gotta run it back. Cold dude, no you. Now you
I can't invite you.
so lose, I do.
Oh, shoot.
Another one time be fun. I think my aim just begun. Another one last time please ya. Nah, I ain't live to please ya. Ain't got no plans to be through. With this whole thing to see through. And I ain't trying to be cool. Nah, I'm just trying to be true. But all I do is see blue. At least the 10 in my room. Feel like it's trying to consume. But I'm just days to refuse. Or maybe make it out soon. I assume that my doom ain't the worst of the guess.
I'm ready.
What my purpose is. Start my verse, then I fall when the curtain ends. When the curtain ends, yeah, it's just back to the 10. Yeah, it's just back in the bins. Yeah, it's just back in my ends. Out from the back where I blend. Out from the back where I... Yeah, it's just back to the 10.
Well, here it Alexander Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight.
This bout is scheduled.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the They exchange punches. Nope, that jab not going to score. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Perfect counter. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Straight right just misses. They're giving us a high-tempo show. Straight right just misses. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. They're both trying for a knockout. How about that time counter shot? That jab doesn't find a home. Nice counter shot. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Has a real good flow to it. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
You can't leave it up to the judges.
Here we go for round two. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That counter shot lands. Beautiful counter punch. The positives and negatives in the heavyweight division are the same. You can win the fight with one punch, and you can lose the fight in one punch. done with that counter shot. Straight right just misses. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
How would you deal with an aggressive fight? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete Let's get it started in round 3. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you've cheated, now we're going to find out.
Both men step back for just a moment. Lucky that hook didn't score. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. There's a counter shot. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. These punches coming from every angle. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. And he scores with the counter. Solid punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt, make it look...
I don't even know who's winning.
There's the bell for round 4. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You don't want to trade shots. Straight right just misses. Beautiful counter shot. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Straight right just misses. Nice punch. Got him there. Oh my word, Adelaide in some serious trouble. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close. And there's the bell for round 5. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
The only fear you have with this heavyweight is David Adelaide couldn't take any more, and down he goes. Let's see that again.
I need to see that again.
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
He's got the advantage halfway through the round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
both want a highlight reel knockout. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown their shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to...
The referee taking a look here, and if the fighter can't see, the fighter can't fight.
Are you all right? Are you okay?
And the referee's going to allow them to fight.
Yeah, bro.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. So it's plan B time.
I won this for my family.
Here we go in the 6th round. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
You'd like to see more jabs. Careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Tough to be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Big swing and a miss with the hook. You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a shot from that heavyweight. You have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? They both want the knockout. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
Just when you talk about...
There's the bell to start round 7. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round.
Yeah, go for it.
Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
What do you think in this fight so far, Johnny?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he throws you down.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Both men step back for just a moment. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Punching. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Hook was off target. Those counter punches have to hurt. The jab not finding its target. He threw a punch and just got countered. When are we going to see a jab from these two? That hook won't score. Punch, counter punch. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come...
Oh man, bro, I have no stamina, bro. Is the last round? Oh,
how much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Quick punch scores.
Yeah, I like food.
Not a lot of punch out.
Wait, come back, come
there
back.
Might be more action here. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this battle?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That's another scoring shot. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. That counter punch caught him clean. So much for boxing. This is a fight. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
A perfect counter shot.
Oh, man.
Pretty lopsided decision there. A unanimous one.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game.
The robbery.
What a result.
One, two, three, four. Oh, you won all three. No way they gave you some of those rounds. Ah, dude. My head is still hurting.